Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the very first episode of our Cozy Corner. I'm your host, Nicole. I am so happy you're here with me today. As I'm speaking to you, I'm sitting by my window. The sun is surprisingly warm today, and I can see the tiny green buds on the trees outside starting to wake up. It's finally spring, isn't it? That beautiful time of year when the world decides to start over. You know, many people ask me, Nicole, why did you start this podcast? Well, life in 2026 is fast. We are surrounded by AI, screens, and endless notifications. Sometimes we forget how to just breathe. So, I wanted to create a space for us. A space where we can learn English not as a task, but as a way to describe the beautiful things around us. No pressure, no exams, just you, me, and some good stories. Today, I want to talk about a movie that changed the way I see the world. It's called Little Forest. Specifically, the spring chapter. If you're feeling a bit tired or lost lately, this episode is a warm hug for your soul. So, grab a cup of tea, find a comfortable chair, and let's get started. Little Forest isn't a typical movie with a huge plot or big explosions. It's simple. It's about a young woman named Ichiko who leaves the big, noisy city of Tokyo to return to her childhood home in a tiny village called Komori. Komori means little forest. In Komori, there are no convenience stores, no fast delivery. If you want to eat, you have to plant, you have to wait, you have to cook. In the spring chapter, the movie begins with the sound of melting snow. Have you ever heard that sound? It's the sound of the earth waking up. Ichiko says something very beautiful. Spring is the time when things start to breathe again. For a long time, I thought being successful meant moving faster than everyone else. But Ichiko taught me that sometimes moving with the rhythm of nature is the real success. When we learn English, we often want to master it in 30 days. But language is like a forest. You can't force a tree to grow in one day. You have to give it water, sunlight, and most importantly, time. Now, let's talk about the food. One of the first things Ichiko makes in spring is butterbur bud tempura. In English, we call this plant butterbur. It's one of the first plants to pop out of the snow. Ichiko says it has a bitter taste. Usually, we don't like bitter things, right? We like sweet things. But in the movie, she explains that the bitterness of spring vegetables is what wakes up our bodies after a long, sleepy winter. This made me think about our lives. Sometimes we go through bitter moments. Maybe you failed a test, or you're feeling lonely in a new city, or you're struggling with a difficult English grammar point. It's bitter. But maybe, just like the butterbur bud, that bitterness is exactly what we need to wake up our potential. Let's learn a word here: resilience. It's a big word, but a beautiful one. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. It's the toughness of the sprout pushing through the hard ground. So when you find English difficult, don't say I'm bad at this. Say I'm just in my bitter spring phase. I am growing my resilience. Isn't that a much kinder way to treat yourself? In the movie, Ichiko lives alone. She eats alone. She works in the fields alone. For many people watching, they might feel sorry for her. They might think, oh, she's so lonely. But is she? There is a big difference between two words in English: loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the feeling of being sad because you are alone. It's a negative feeling. Solitude, however, is the state of being alone without being lonely. It's a choice. It's a positive, peaceful state where you enjoy your own company. Ichiko has solitude. She talks to the plants. She listens to the wind. She experiments with recipes. She is her own best friend. I think we all need more solitude in 2026. We spend so much time looking at what other people are doing on social media. We compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. When you listen to this podcast, I want you to enjoy a moment of solitude. Don't worry about your pronunciation for a second. Don't worry about your vocabulary. Just listen to the sound of the English words. Let them wash over you like a gentle spring rain. You are spending time with yourself, and that is a very high-quality way to live. Before we end today's episode, I want to share a few soul words inspired by Little Forest. These are words you can use to describe your own spring journey. First is nourish. To nourish means to provide the food or care necessary for growth and health. Ichiko nourishes her body with fresh vegetables. How do you nourish your mind? Maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's walking in the park, or maybe it's listening to Nicole's voice right now. You are nourishing your brain with a new language. Second is patience. In the movie, everything takes time. You have to wait for the potatoes to grow. You have to wait for the bread to rise. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want everything now. But the best things in life, like a deep friendship or a fluent language, take patience. Well, we've talked a lot today. We talked about the melting snow, the bitter taste of spring, and the beauty of being alone. I hope that when you turn off this podcast, you feel a little bit lighter. I hope you look at the world today and find one small sprout of hope. Whether it's a new English word you learned or just a quiet moment you enjoyed, that's a win. I'll be here every week, sharing more stories, more movies, and more English with you. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment or share it with a friend who might need a warm hug today. Remember, you are doing great. You are growing at your own pace, and that is perfectly fine. I'm Nicole, and I'll see you in the next episode. Happy spring, and keep blooming!